I'm pastry chef Maria Kemp of Beyond Decadence, and welcome to my new video series called Mastering the Details, where I'll show you tips and tricks to help your desserts come out more successful. Now today I'm going to show you how to measure brown sugar. You know, when you read a recipe a lot of times, well, all the time, it always says that the brown sugar needs to be packed. It may say light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. We're not going to get into that right now, but I'm going to show you how to correctly measure and show you why it's important. So I've got my dry measuring cup, and I'm pretending that I need 1 cup. So this is a dry measuring cup, and it says 1 cup, and then I've got a spoon. So I'm going to take the spoon and dig it down into my brown sugar and drop it in the cup, and then start to pat it down. So I've patted it down. Well, it fell over, but let me put a little more in and keep patting, and you'll see what happens. So I'm just using the spoon and going around and patting it down. So now it looks about like that. But I need to keep going because I need to fill it up. Now I'm just patting as I go because it's much easier to pat as you go with your spoon than when you get all done and you're trying to smash through a whole cup of brown sugar. So I've got a little bit more to go. And I'm going to show you what happens if you don't pack your brown sugar. Because one of the things about baking, people either love it or hate it, is it's a science. And with science, you have to be precise. So your measurements have to be precise or things don't come out correctly. And you know, once it's already baked, usually there's not too much you can do with it. You know, maybe put some extra frosting on it, but just depending on what it is, you know, you're kind of out of luck. So I'm going to show you tips and tricks to this series to help you get your products to come out correctly through measuring correctly. So there is 1 cup and it's packed in. And I packed as I went, so that made it a lot easier. Now I've got my handy scale here and my bowls. I had 2 bowls that were the same size, but I don't know where the other one went. It's probably at my other kitchen. So I'm going to turn on the scale. And it's already zeroed out, but I'm going to turn the mode. I like grams. A lot of recipes are written in grams. They'll be written in grams or ounces. So the scale is at 0 right now. I think you can see that. And I'm going to dump in the brown sugar. Now you're going to see, because this was packed, it comes out and looks just like the cup. So I did a good job. And it says, if you can see that it's 236 grams, which is also equal to, what does that say? Get the right mode here. 7, it's fluctuating. Sometimes my scale does that, but okay. That it's 8 ounces, 8 1/4 ounces. So 1 cup of brown sugar was 8 1/4 ounces, or let's see what it was in grams, 236. So 8 1/4 or 236, okay? So that was the method where we packed it. We packed it in like we were supposed to. But maybe when you're measuring brown sugar, I don't know what you may be doing. I'm just gonna have to guess. Maybe you're just taking your cup, you're saying, I got a cup, that's what it calls for. I'm just gonna dig it down into there and keep digging until it looks about right. And you might say, yep, that's close enough. That's a cup. And then I'll put this bowl on and I'll zero the scale out. And that weighs 202 grams. And let's see what that is in ounces. That's 7 1/8. So I think we had 8 1/8 before and 7 1/8. And so that's a whole ounce difference. And in grams, let me see what this was. I think it was I zeroed it out. I think it was 202. I think that was our number. So it's a big difference between the two. And if you think those little differences don't add up, they do. So in this case, you would not have enough brown sugar in your recipe as called for. So if you start to multiply and make additional batches, you're under calculating the brown sugar each time. Maybe you want 2 batches or 3 batches, so you need 2 or 3 cups of brown sugar, and you're 1 ounce short every time, and that will cause problems, or what we call a baking mishap in the end. So this is the way you measure it correctly. We packed it in, and I packed it as I went with each spoonful. It made it easier, and it came out looking just like the cup, where this one, not so much. But now you know how to measure brown sugar correctly. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on your notifications to be notified when I add another video on mastering the details of baking. See you next time.